Thank you. This is People and Culture coming to you from Jimpan. Jimpan is a place in San Andres that was founded by Jim Evans. Jim Evans is my great grandfather. And all of us are Jimpan people. The Walters and the Evans are from Jimpan, and we are Walters and we are Evans. So you don't know. If you are a corpus, it's because you descend from the Walters and from the Evans. That's why we are proud to be here, because we have KOLTYO Lab precisely in Jimpan, the fourth in history, making things sweeter and better and more nourishing for our people and our culture. Thanks to these people, we have this to show to the world. And thanks to all these merits, we have Chocolate Band. Yes, Chocolate Band. Also from Jimpan, Bule is from Jimpan. He has in the Evans and has in the Walter in his blood also. He is my cousin, my father for his cousin, but he raised us as our uncle. So everything they say about Bule is because Bule really told it to me, and only me alone. So people say, Basman tell I know. Only I listen to Bule good and attentive to everything he got to say. Once Bule and his brother in Christmas season gone bush, gone look coconut to sell for Christmas. But they gone by their own coconut tree and I find no coconut. So they gone and Mr. Yulis coconut tree. And they Bente, send you smaller and me, you climb the tree. And I go and hooks and pick up and back you out. No problem, my brother, no problem. I go house and pick up. Okay. The man climbed the tree, little boy climbed the tree and bullet under the tree. Why is the boy on the tree, top of the tree? He see Mr. Yulis coming behind Bullet, but Bullet never said this, Mr. Yulis. Hey, pull the cut that man. When see the tremble, pull the cut that man, hurry, pull the cut that, you idiot, pull the cut that. So Mr. Yulis draw until he touch Bullet on the back. Bullet frightened and look on him. Hey, Bensi, can you tell me what the hell you did for Mr. Yulis cut that? Your teeth is who your teeth. Your team is how you look at that. I don't know who said about that. Well, another one for bullet because we have a lot of bullet now. You know how much jokes we have bullet? We have 2,000 jokes of bullet written. Wow. And we have 5,000 words of bullet, but we said over the whole piece. So we can go the whole day with those stuff because we all remember bullet because he's our love. But something happened to bullet when he was a little young boy coming up. He might be like a bush and look for the cow. And while the bush and rain come down, so the camper, the swamp guy got them on the water, them matter them. Anytime you're in the bush and rain come down, you're sleeping in the bush by dry head, there's a little island that in the bush. So the brother was fast and when I run and make the cat, you know, I use it for the house. And Bule get my barrel. But you take the cat, but I pay this need to take the barrel. So the make one barrel have to pay. So the brother now pray, say, in my little cat I lie. Heavenly Father, hear my cry. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. Bule say, okay, my brother, my prayer have a little different because you get cut and I get barrel. In my little barrel I cry. Heavenly Father, hear my cry. If I should die before I wake, when the Lord get me straight. You imagine that there's money now about when I get the boat. Anyhow, that is part of the niceness of this. One of Bule family is a writer, a poet, a songster, a joker. He is almost seem like Bule because he always have a different look of everything and of everybody. Let us receive this man because he's one of the only person or the few persons that wrote a whole history of San Andrés Providencia y Santa Catalina, both in Spanish and in English, and you all don't know who is. He's one of the most loved man also among all his students, because he also is an English teacher, not only in San Andrés, but in Cartagena, worldwide. He's a fisherman, a seaman, and a bushman. Let us receive him with the music that characterizes this people and culture program. Welcome. Sit down, please. We are happy to have you here, and thank you all very much to wait for us to hear about our people and our culture out of the mouth and the testimony of our people. This man we have here resembles Bule. Why you so favor Bule?
Bule father and my father were two cousins. Martial Pomare was first cousin to Bule's father.
Make a say it easier. Martial Pomare was Bule's nephew, Bule's father nephew. So Bule and Martial were first cousins, and Martial is Senior Akali father. That means that Bule and Bassman are the same family like how Bule and this man is. That's why you fear Bule so much. We call this man Senior Akali, and I said Senior Akali to him because he was the teacher of the alcalde of Cartagena. And it came on when he was acting as alcalde of Cartagena in certain occasions, because the alcalde always give him certain special consideration and upliftment among the people. And when I heard that history, I decided that he is nothing less than Senior Alcalde, because you always show the people who you are all the time. Thank you very much, Senior Alcalde, to be here. This man is one of the most admired person in our history, because he is a self-taught. I say self-taught because he grew up strong and firm, and with such a wonderful way that we only can have admiration for him. He came from a fisherman to a seaman. He was a cook. He was a teacher of the highest quality of Colombia. And now again, he is a writer. He is the person that has written the last important book of the history of San Andrés, and it's translated in both Spanish and English. Normally, we always say Mr. Wale is a great writer, but we have somebody that writes more than Mr. Wale. And people would not know that because they do not know who is Martin Pomare Howard. I'm happy to say that also he is my family. His mother is Howard, same like mine. We are family. And that's why when we are talking about great people, we have to start by you. And we need the people to understand that it is his merit that we have him here. And we are thanking him to be here because what he has to tell us, we need to know. That's why we are asking you to just get yourself comfortable, because we are going in through history, through people, and through culture, just after the break. Okay, Senor Alcalde, excuse me to have to call you Senor Alcalde, because you have never stopped being Senor Alcalde for me. Where were you born and when?
I was born in Old Providence Island in 1938, the 24th of May. And I raised up in Catalina, Santa Catalina. We call it Catalina.
Who were your parents?
my mother, well, God bless her, she's still alive with 103 years of age. And her name is Mary Josephine Howard Hawkins. And my father was Marcel Pomare May.
Oh, you are May too?
Yeah.
You are May. That means you are descendants of Auntie Banji.
Yeah.
Yes, you know that Auntie Banji was my great-great-grand-aunt? Yes, because Auntie Banji and my grandmother, June Ellis Walters, they are first cousins. And Auntie Banji named Evangeline, Keturah Evangeline Martin Walters.
Okay.
See, like my great-grandmother. So you have to know that we are family through the both sides. Family from
Through the Howard.
Through the Howard and through the Walters. Tell me how you went up in life until you get to here. How you went, what was the stage coming here? Because I get to know you in Cartagena. What were you doing? How you end up in Cartagena?
Okay, the thing is that when I was living in Old Providence, Santa Cristina went there, and one day we were talking. I was still a teenager, and she said to me, would you like to further your studies? Because I made all my primary studies in Old Providence at the Escuela Junin. And I said, of course, I will. She said, well, I can help you to go to Cartagena to get further studies and things like that. At the moment, I didn't have the money to do that. So I went and worked on a ship for almost a year, and I saved all my money. And then after I came off the ship, I went to Cartagena. That was in about 1962, I think it was, and I started studying, okay? And while studying in Cartagena, bachelor, the high school, I started to teach English. I was not so versed in English either. But then finally I made courses with some North American from the Instituto Lingüístico Colombo-Americano, they call it. And it was the ILCA. All my teachers were North American, some from New York, Wisconsin, and different places in the States. And they were where I really developed more my English. And I never stopped practicing English, and I did courses like online and things like that, you know.
That means you always been developing yourself as an English teacher, but you have traveled the world also as a seaman.
Well, yes, I used to travel to the United States, different ports in the United States, and well, I didn't like the United States so much because when I went there, in those days, it was when the colored question was very high, you know, and especially in the South. I was in Mississippi, and it wasn't so much of a pleasure to be there. Afterward, I was in Miami, other part of Florida, and finally, well, from there, I started traveling the Caribbean, and I went to most all the islands in the Caribbean, except maybe 2 or 3.
What were you doing on the ship?
I work as an AB.
What is that AB?
Able seaman. Okay,
You
what they call is
all-arounder.
yeah, what they call the quartermaster.
Quartermaster.
And afterward, I was offered the cook job because I make more money. Yeah. So I was looking more money, and then I work as cook. And then I was first as what they call the galley helper, or second cook, and then from there the chief cook quit, and then I took over.
And Senor Colin, normally cook always be big fat people, and how you know fat?
I used to fat
Really?
in those days. Yeah, I used to fat, and but I don't know nowadays. I just can't pick up weight. I don't know for what reason.
Let's go back now. How you become a professional English teacher? Because you end up teaching the highest, how they call, authority of the municipality of Cartagena. You have been respected over the entire Cartagena as the alcalde's teacher. How you get to be there?
Okay. After being in Trinidad for a short time, I traveled to get some books, good books. Naturally, they were expensive, but I tried to get the best books I could. And then I started going through those books. I never stopped studying those books. And one of the books that I had said how to teach, okay? So then in those days after I went back to Cartagena, I didn't have a job. And I went to the alcalde, Juan Searango, and told him that I wanted something to do. And he said, look, I don't have space for anybody. This is too much palanca and thing he said we are going through right now. And then he, then afterward I couldn't get to talk to him. So one day the secretary told me, okay, come tomorrow. And I went the following day, and I didn't get to talk with him because he was too busy. So I went another day, and when I went, she said, wait a minute. And I waited and waited, and I didn't see him. And I said, okay, when am I going to talk with Dr. Juan Searango? She said, you just went down the stairs. So he said, go see if you can get him. And I went down behind him, and I started calling him. Doctor, he didn't turn around. I went and I pulled his shirt tail. And he turned around and said, ¿Qué carajo? I said, un momento, doctor. And I told him who I was, and I said, okay, I need a job and thing. And then he said to me, look, I can't create more jobs, but I will talk to you afterward. And I said, okay. And then he sent the car for me to go to pick me up to go to his home one night. And he said, then he started questioning me, what is your profession? What do you do? And thing. And I started telling him. And he said, okay, would you like to give some English classes? I said, of course. He said, okay, you're going to give some English classes at the doctors that are at the Club de Leones. And do you believe you could teach me? I said, if you are willing to. He said, okay, let's start next week. And then I started to go to his home and teach him in English. And he was very happy about it. Okay,
so you end up being the senior alcalde.
So that's the way how we get to know each other.
And
he was recommend me always, to anybody like, he had a friend like Dr. Oscar Sierra Zabalza. He also told Doctor about me. And then Dr. Oscar Sierra Zabalza asked me to go to his office, not to his home, but to his office to teach him. And then afterward, I used to go to his home. So I had two people teaching at their homes, Dr. Juan Searango and Dr. Oscar Sierra Zabalza. He was an ophthalmologist.
That means you went in the high standard of English teachers in the city of Cartagena. Which year that was?
About 69, I think it was.
69.
69.
But how you end up being the alcalde of Cartagena? you don't tell the people that, I do not know if you want to tell it now. But this man ended up being the alcalde of Cartagena for a few hours. And people of San Andres do not know that. People of San Andres do not know that we had a San Andres man acting as alcalde a moment in Cartagena. And at the same time, he came to San Andres act as governor once, also in charge of San Andres. People do not know the high standard of quality of this man that we admire so much.
Thanks to you for that position here in St. Andrew when I was when you just
acting here.
When I was acting here.
That is great, Senor Alcalde. Tell us now, what is, but don't tell me now, what you learn from being teacher of these important people. Just stand by and tell me now right after this break. I have asked you the question, Senor Alcalde. What have you learned teaching these important people, authorities, and teaching the other people that are not authorities? What have you learned of all these things?
Well, one is that you have to have patience in teaching. You have to be humble. You have to be steady in what you're doing. And one thing I learned from all these doctors that I used to teach, that you should never stop learning. And you're never too old to learn.
You have written this book, Clamor of the Island. It has 296 pages and was edited through the University of Pittsburgh University. of the United States of America. A beautiful writing in English, impeccable. And we are so proud that this happened. We are so proud that this happened. Who you would like to homage with all these things that you are doing for our San Andrés people, their people and their culture? Out of all these people that you have to homage.
First, my mother, Mary Josephine Howard Hawkins, who today has 103 years of age and still remember things. She's still in her perfect mind and everything is going right with her. And apart from her, my children and grandchildren, and FIDEL CORPUS. Yes, my first daughter, Melina Pomare, Nolis Pomare, Maria Pomare, Martin Pomare, and Joaquin. And I have about 5 grandchildren. Manuel in Cartagena, Manuel Pomare. Melanie, that lives in Canada, that's Maria's daughter. Kayla, that is with Junior. Damon, and Elisa. Elisa Pomare. She lives in Providence. That's Joaquin's daughter.
And Sterling 2 children.
Hey, come on. Rachel and Grace.
And Grace.
Yeah, my granddaughter is a doctor today and medical doctor, works at the hospital, and Grace that is at the university in Medellin studying law.
A great musician. Senora Kali, we would never finish talking to you because this is so beautiful for us that we can so proud to present to our people that has made a great put in our history that put us and lift us how great we can be lift because we have people like you. Senora Kali, many thanks. The Lord continue blessing us.
Thank you very much.
And we ask you to please listen to us because we continue on with this tribute to our people, with our people, and because of our people. Senora Kali, many thanks. The Lord continue blessing us.